Good evening, everyone, and welcome to coverage you can count on at 5:30. I'm Rosalind Giles. Thanks so much for joining us. Well, a verdict is reached in the capital murder trial of accused Southern Union shooter Thomas May after just a little more than an hour of jury deliberations. News Leader 9's Annie Hubble has been in the courtroom from the beginning of this trial, and she joins us live from the Lee County Justice Center with the very latest. Annie, what can you tell us?
Well, that's right. Good afternoon, Rosalind. A verdict was reached just before 4 o'clock Central Time this afternoon. Only about an hour and a half of deliberations from the jury. Now, Thomas May has been found guilty of both capital murder and attempted murder. Now, closing arguments began about 10:45 this morning. The state asked the jury to consider all factual evidence and the testimonies they have heard over the past 6 days. They also asked the jury to use common sense in deliberation when considering a verdict. Now, the defense asked the jury to take into consideration May's 10 head injuries or concussions that could have led to brain injuries, and to what a psychologist called the defense said that the brain isn't working right, and his mental defect mixed with medications he was taking at the time of the shooting could have caused the perfect storm. Now, tomorrow there will be a hearing to consider the death penalty. Of course, we will be here to bring you the very latest. For now, reporting live at the Lee County Justice Center, Annie Hubble, WTVM News Leader 9.
Annie, thank you so much for that live report. Well, a beautiful day across the valley, but with strong winds, the warm spring air has been replaced by much cooler temperatures. We are starting the switch now to weather. Chief Meteorologist Derek Kincaid is here to let us know just how low the temperatures will go.
Very low tonight, Rosalind. We're talking well below our averages for this time of year. A good freeze expected for most everyone across the area. Let's show you what's happening right now. Numbers in the 50s across the valley, 50 in Auburn, 55 in Columbus, the 40s across parts of North Alabama and North Georgia. Not typically what you would expect to see here in late March. We're also looking at some snow showers to the north. North Alabama, North Georgia, and parts of Tennessee all picking up some light rain and light snow earlier today. So a very cold weather pattern in place. Here's that trend for us. We're going to get chilly tonight. Most spots getting at or below freezing for a few hours by early on Wednesday morning. So if you have those sensitive plants that are already out, you'll want to take steps to protect those out there tonight. We're going to talk more about this forecast for you coming up. Also a reminder about Weather Radio Wednesday tomorrow in LaGrange. Come on out and see us. Bring those weather radios by or pick up one at the store, and we'll make sure they are programmed and ready to go. Rosalind, back to you.
All right, Derek, thank you so much. A plane missing off the Georgia coastline has the U.S. Coast Guard and FAA investigators searching for the air and the waters below. The search resumed today for 2 passengers and the plane itself. The Piper PA-44 crashed on Monday night. Now, according to the NTSB, the plane left from Concord, North Carolina, and was headed for an airport near Jacksonville, Florida. Officials are using sonar and have sent in divers to search the water for the plane. So far, there is no cause of the crash. And new details this evening in the fatal crash of an Alabama flight that was headed for Colorado. An aviation salvage team has been called in to the search the Colorado reservoir where the plane went down, killing all 5 passengers on board. According to officials, divers face extremely cold weather temperature, high altitude, and a thick layer of silt. It has been confirmed that all 5 victims are still inside the wreckage. All new at 5:30, the death of an Alabama woman is being blamed on a faulty ignition switch in her GM vehicle. That is now the part of a large recall. Today, the Beasley Allen law firm in Montgomery announced it has filed a wrongful death lawsuit against General Motors for the family of Aubrey Williams. The suit says the ignition in her 2006 Chevy Cobalt went out, causing the vehicle to become uncontrollable. Her car crossed into the oncoming lane and hit an 18-wheeler. She was killed instantly.
The conduct by General Motors in this case is absolutely outrageous. It is inexcusable, and it also points out some real weaknesses we have in regulating the automobile industry in this country.
GM's decision not to report the issue is under investigation by the Justice Department. A GM spokesman says the company knows terrible things happened because of faulty switches, and it has apologized. There are only 6 days left until open enrollment closes for the federal health insurance marketplace. And for those who have yet to pick up a plan, site navigators say it is easy to do at the last minute. News Leader 9's Tyrone McCoy walked you through getting a quote.
Millions of Americans have already signed up, but many others are still figuring out coverage plans and payment options under the Affordable Care Act. Local health exchange navigators say last-minute signups can easily be done two different ways.
You can actually go online and do it yourself, or you could get the assistance, from a local agent here in town.
AmeriCare Benefits President Anthony Campbell says both ways start with going to the healthcare.gov website, clicking See Plans, choosing the type of coverage you seek, and entering your household size and income.
Just say that I have a 28-year-old, and let's say I'm going to add 2 children to. We have a single mom. Let's just say that she has a 4-year-old. We're going to add a 9-year-old. Let's use $22,000.
Once that information is entered, you'll see coverage options as well as the availability of federal payment assistance called subsidies. Assistance, Campbell says, is based on your annual income and size of your household.
If you're within the guidelines of 100 and 400%, you'll qualify for a subsidy. If you're within 100% and 250%, you qualify for subsidy, and you qualify for assistance with your deductible and your co-insurance.
For the hypothetical family of 3, both children qualify for a state insurance plan. The single mother qualifies for a nearly $200 subsidy, which would bring her monthly premium down to $26. Campbell recommends signing up to figure out which plan fits you before it's too late.
A lot of people can get coverage for what the penalty is going to cost them.
Now, that penalty of 1% of your annual income, or $95, whichever is greater, will be deducted from your annual income if you do not have health insurance coverage by March 31st. For more information on the health insurance marketplace or how to sign up, head to our website, WTVM.com, and look under the Quick Links tab. In the studio, Tyrone McCoy, WTVM News Leader 9. Back to you, Rosalind.
Tyrone McCoy, thank you very much. Well, a special ceremony held today at the Georgia State Capitol. Governor Nathan Deal was on hand as 12 men were recognized for their service during the Vietnam War. The Native Sons were awarded the Medal of Honor during the war, but today state officials gathered to honor them again. It is estimated that more than 250,000 Georgia residents are Vietnam veterans. Spring is here, and that means it's time to shake off your winter coat and enjoy the outdoors. But before you do, you'll want to hear from our next guest about how to get your body prepared and get moving. Plus, an expensive price tag placed on a murder trial in Florida that captured the nation's attention last month. We'll tell you just how much the loud music trial cost the state.